Hey guys, welcome back to Zelhan with another WordPress and Elementor tutorial. Today we're going to be learning how to use the Blocksy theme, and we're going to be using the Blocksy theme to build this catering website. Now, normally when we make tutorials on Zelhan to build websites, we normally at the end of the tutorial give you the download link for the website files that we were working on. That way you can have your own website ready. But this tutorial isn't necessarily about getting the website ready as much as it's about just getting you used to using Elementor to build your own website. So we do have all of these website files available. And if you do want the website file, the final website file, where we can fix this button so the text right here is a little bit better, you can just go ahead and comment send in the comment section. If we get 10 comments that says send and we hit 100 subscribers, then we'll just make the website template available for free. Otherwise, you're going to have to follow along and take a look at what we're doing. So we're going to be building this website on on WordPress, not on Zelhan. At Zelhan, we do build websites. And we're going to be teaching you how to make these changes, how to get set up from a blank canvas to this finished product that we have right here. And we'd like for you to just follow along with us. Remember, the idea of this tutorial is to help you to understand how to build websites so you can look at any web page, add any template, and you can customize it or you can build your own page. In the next tutorials, we're going to be making complete websites from A to Z, meaning that once it's finished, you can go ahead and upload it to your server. And that's going to include the plugins and the security and every good thing that you need. So to learn when those tutorials go live, go ahead and hit subscribe. We are trying to get to 1,000 subscribers because apparently that's a big deal. Actually, 10,000 subscribers is a goal. Help us to get to 10,000 subscribers because popular YouTubers say that you're not in the realm of success on YouTube until you hit 10,000. 100,000 is an outlier, a million is an outlier. Help us get to 10,000 subscribers by just subscribing to our channel, liking this video, and sharing with your friends who could also find us helpful. So in this tutorial, we're going to have this homepage beautifully done, wonderful colors, similar to the popular restaurants like Arby's and so on. Arby's and Jack in the Box and Chick-fil-A, very similar color palette. We also have the ordering options, the pictures, the nice layout, the contact page. On the contact page, you can place an order. We show you how to create this form, how to edit this form, how to add this form to the website. We also show you how to ensure that whenever you click here, it starts an email to your preferred email address. We teach you how to do SEO just a bit so that your website can be found online by your ideal clients and customers. And remember, everything that you need to get this done is for free except website hosting. So go ahead, get started on this tutorial. Remember, if we get to 100 subscribers and we get 10 comments saying send, then we'll make this template available for free. Without further ado, let us just get started on this latest WordPress and Elementor website tutorial by Zelhan. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let's go. So let's get started with our catering website. To get set up with hosting, there's going to be a link in the description below that says how to get hosting for your WordPress website. We're going to post that video in the future, and we'll include everything, including registering your domain name, selecting the right host, setting up WordPress, installing it, and logging into where we are right now. As you can see from the URL, we are building from localhost, and localhost simply means that it's hosted locally on our computer. The CPU is somewhere over here. Anyway, what we're going to do now is we're going to head over to users, profile, and we're going to change the theme. The one I'm going to use for this build is the Midnight theme. Very good. And we are going to update profile. The next thing that we need to do is to ensure that we have no useless plugins installed. So we go to plugins, install plugins, and there are none. You might see something like Akismet, Anti-Spam, and Hello Dolly. You can go ahead and delete those if they're there. The next thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to get some security set up before we start building. And this is just how I love to do it. We're going to go to plugins, add new, or add new from the WordPress dashboard. We're going to search over here, Sucuri. Not Sucuri, Sucuri. We're going to search Sucuri. We're going to hit install now. Then we're going to hit activate. Then we're going to go to Sucuri, settings. We're going to go to hardening. and we are going to apply hardening to each of all these options. We can't apply hardening to enable website firewall protection. That is because you need a premium Sucuri license to do that. If you want website security for your website with your own website security team working 24/7 to protect your website with AI protection and continuous scanning and blacklist checking and all the excellent stuff to protect your website from hackers and malware, then go ahead and look in the description below. There's going to be a link for a website security company, Digital Pixie. That's a company that I own. And what we do is we get our services directly from Sucuri. So there is no need for you to worry about the quality of the service you're going to get. So we're just going to keep on hardening. If we try to apply hardening to enable website firewall protection, it's not going to work. And we can get that resolved easily because it's just a matter of having a Sucuri license with a premium website firewall. All right, so that's done. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take a look at appearance. No, let's take a look at what our website looks like. So hover over the name of your website, visit site, right click, open link in new tab. And this is what we have right now. Not much to work with. And we're going to change this into a beautiful catering website in just a few minutes. How are we going to do that? Well, you can go to dashboard, or from here, you can go to catering website, dashboard, takes you to the same place. All right. So dashboard, you're going to go to appearance and themes. Themes are important in WordPress. In WordPress, the theme is like the operating system, as you would put it off your website. It's how the website is going to look under different conditions. It's the overall functionality, the overall look of the website. That's the theme. So it's like the iOS on your iPhone and the Android on your Android OS on your Android device. The plugins that we just looked at are like apps. Plugins extend the functionality of your website, meaning that if you want to be able to send WhatsApp messages from your website to your actual phone, then you can use a plugin for that. Or if you need someone to be able to sign up to an email list, you can use a plugin for that. They extend the functionality of your website. Meanwhile, the theme is the overall structure of your website and how it will look under certain conditions. So we have 3 themes here, 2021, 2022, and 2023. These are default WordPress themes for the separate years. In 2024, you're going to have another theme listed. We're not going to use these. So it's going to delete all but one. And the dog is barking again. So now that we've deleted all those themes, the themes we're going to use for this build is the Blocksy theme. And you can get the premium Blocksy theme by going in the description below, scrolling down to the links, and you will see a link for the Blocksy theme. You go to, and that will just be an affiliate link. You can purchase the premium Blocksy theme for extended functions. We get a small commission at no extra cost to you, but the funding does help the channel go. By the way, guys, if you're enjoying the video so far, hit like and subscribe. We have a poll on our website where we're asking you, do you want us to do a redesign of an e-commerce website, or do you want us to build a complete business online for a custom t-shirt printing business? So we can show you from start to finish how to set up a custom t-shirt printing business. And those are 2 options. So go ahead, hit like, hit subscribe, share with your friends, take part in the poll, get ready for awesome videos in the future. So we're going to go to themes and add new. And the theme that we're going to be using is a Blocksy theme. I'm not certain it is here though. In the last video where we built a 1-page website for a digital sales strategist, is we used the Astra theme. I'm not going to use that today. And we're fans of Elementor, but we're not going to use that either. I don't think, oh yes, Blocksy is actually listed here. So you scroll all the way down and Blocksy is here. And if you don't see it here, all you need to do is go to search themes and type in Blocksy. And the theme is going to come up, install. Once you install the theme, it's there, it's on the server on your website. You need to activate it. It is installed, and now we're going to activate. Now that we've activated our theme, let's take a look at what we have. So this is what we had before. Let's look at what we have now. So we right click, open a new tab. We're moving from here. We've installed the theme, and this is what we have next. We can see some changes, not much. but just enough to let us know that something happened. So the theme change, overall look and feel of the website is going to change. The font, the layout, the overall website feels different than how it feels right here. Perfect. So now the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to install Blocksy Companion. What Blocksy Companion does for us is that it will allow us to add extra functionality to make the Blocksy theme more powerful. So let's go ahead and hit install Blocksy Companion. And if you don't see this message, we can exit off here. All you need to do is go to plugins, add new, and then type in Blocksy, and you will see Blocksy Companion come up. Install Blocksy Companion. And once it's installed, we are going to hit activate. And now we go to activate. Perfect. So now, nothing has changed on the website. We can go ahead and hit refresh. We've just added some functionality, but we haven't used the functionality. Now we're going to go from here to a fully fledged, awesome looking, ready to use website for your business. Catering website, actually. And how we're going to do that? We're going to go back to the dashboard. So from here, you can go to catering website dashboard, but I have it open. So I'm going to go here, dashboard. Then we're going to go to Blocksy. We click on Blocksy. We are going to go to starter sites. Beautiful. We're going to wait for it to load. And we're going to look for the catering starter site that's already here. So we're going to scroll. It's right here. Preview if you would like. This is what we are going to be working with, guys. So it's good to take a look. This is what we're going to be working with in a few short minutes. Very beautiful, very minimalist, nice to look at. This is going to be your catering website. How we're going to get this on your server? Because as you can see, it's not yet on your domain. How we're going to do this is we're going to go back to Blocksy. We're going to go right here and we can choose for Gutenberg or for Elementor. We're going to be using the page builder Elementor. It's very popular. It's the most popular page builder in the world. Very easy to use, and I'm going to teach you how to use it right away. Plus, there are some tutorials in the description below on how to use the more complex parts of Elementor of the Elementor page builder. So we're going to just hover over this and hit import. One thing you can do is you can continue scrolling through and taking a look at the other starter templates that are here. Well, I wouldn't do that right now because you're here for a purpose, and that is a catering website. So go ahead and hit import. It says install child theme. Sure, you can go ahead. And we're going to hit next. It's asking, do we want to use Gutenberg or Elementor as a page builder? I just said that we're going to be using Elementor, and we have tutorials and lessons on how to use Elementor. So select Elementor, hit next. It's asking if we want to have WPForms and Elementor plugins installed. Remember, plugins add functionality to our website, and this is suggesting that we had these. So we're going to allow it to use these. We're going to hit next, and it also asks, what do we want to import from the demo? So we have a demo here. We have pictures, we have a menu, we have a color palette, we have a certain font that is being used, a certain design trend that is being used. We're going to import everything. So we're going to import the content, the widgets, the options. Very good. And I'm going to install. It should be about 30 seconds, but I'm on my local server, so it might take some time. All right, so we're finished. I did not take 30 seconds, and that's because, well, I'm on my local computer. Perfectly fine. So it says now you can view your website or start customizing it. Let's click on view site to see what's up. So remember, this is where we are right now. This is our website. This is beautiful. I love how once we start scrolling, the menu becomes permanent with a white background, black text. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. I love this. I love the layout. I love the background picture. I love the font that is being used right here. We can use something a little bit more elegant for higher priced catering services. That goes a far way in bringing that elegant value that you might use to charge a higher price. And we have an icon right here, but we don't have an icon here and we don't have an icon here. And this is more of an image than an icon. And I think this is just a design preference. Perfectly fine. Choose your menu. We have salads, fish and meat, desserts. So we're looking good, and I hope this video works. It doesn't work? No, it doesn't work. Not working. So we can go ahead and get some work done right now. in preparing this for your website. So what we're going to be doing is right now, we're going to teach you how to prepare this template for use on your server for your website. So we're going to keep this. Remember, this is the first thing that we had once we started using WordPress. We installed a Blocksy theme and Blocksy companion. This is what we had. We inserted the starter site, and this is what we have. So let's go. So we're going to let that stay. We're going to go to Catering website, dashboard. We are going to start designing pages. The first page that I like to design is the contact page. And the reason is because the contact page is very short, very spicy, to the point, not a lot of information to put there. So it gets the juices flowing, gets me feeling creative, and gets me feel like I've accomplished something when really I haven't done much. But here we're going to start with the contact page as usual. So we're going to go to the dashboard, pages, all pages. And we have all the pages here that we're going to need. We're going to go to contact, hover over contact, and click edit with Elementor. There we go. It says it seems like your kit was deleted. Please create a new one or restore it from trash. We're going to hit recreate kit and allow that to refix it. Allow that to fix itself. So go ahead and hit recreate kit, and that's done. Save changes. And we are going to go back again, pages, all pages. If you want to add a page, we are going to add a page for checkout, just for fun and games, really. We're going to go right here to pages, add new, or pages, add new. It's going to ask us for the name of the page. We don't need to look at this. And we're going to call it checkout, just for fun and games. We don't need it. And let me just move myself out of the way. And there are different options right here. We don't need to concern ourselves with this. The most important being the template. You can use a template or Elementor canvas or Elementor full width or the theme. We're going to leave it on default, not to get complicated. And we're going to hit publish. Publish, and we are good. You can view your page, and it should have, oh wait, I didn't get to view page. All right. Hit that and I can view page, and this is a checkout page. All right, so we have done what we needed to do in terms of add a page. So let's go back, WordPress, pages, contact, edit with Elementor. Now that we're on the Elementor page, and I'm going to just reduce my size just to get myself out of the way, we have all that we need to start working on our contact page. And how this works is that whatever you see is what you get. So what you see is what you get. That's called a WYSIWYG. And that's what's typically classified as that's what a drag and drop page builder is classified as. So if you want to add a picture right here, you can just go over here, click on this icon, scroll down until you see the image option, click, drag, and drop it somewhere here. I'm going to just drop it under this. Oh yeah, these are all containers. So I'm going to drop it to the right. Okay. And we can choose an image. So we click on this and we choose an image. And I'm in the way again. And we select. Or what we can do is we can choose an image, upload files, select files, and it will pull a file from your choose a file from your computer. That's good. We can right click and delete, and we're good. So now that's a basic way how Elementor is used. And as we go forward, we're just going to choose different options, and we're going to explain how they work and what they do. So the first thing that we see here is we have a contact us page, contact us heading. That should be H1. It is H2. Let's change it to H1. And that is for SEO purposes. So now that we have this all set up, we're going to change the background image for this catering. One place that we can get really nice stock images is Pexels. And I'm going to go to Unsplash, actually. So we can use Pexels and we can use Unsplash. So I'm going to open both of them. In one tab, we have Unsplash. And next we have Pexels. And we can use Pixabay as well. So on Unsplash, we are going to choose food and search. And on Pexels, we are going to choose food and search. And let's just see what comes up. Now, I like what I see here right off the bat. And I also like this. And I like this. So I'm getting something really nice from Pexels right off the bat. Let's see what's up with Unsplash. Unsplash is a lot more high quality and still very scrumptious looking food. Guys, do not watch this tutorial if you're hungry. All right, so let's get working. The first thing that we're going to do right now is we're going to change the background image here from the dessert to something a little bit less sugary. I am going to look, or well, I'm just going to change it for changing its sake. So let's take a look at the fries and burger, right? So we're just going to click on this, free download. Oh, I can edit in Canva. Good for me. So I'm going to hit this element, this right here, and I'm going to go with the medium 1280 by 851. The bigger the image, the more it's going to take up on your website. And the more space it takes up on your website, the slower it's going to make your website load. Therefore, use the correct sized images. But you can use plugins to resize your images. We're going to download selected size. I'm going to name it contact background. And this is where you're going to learn SEO. If your business is called Catering Company, you're going to call it Catering Company Contact Us, or Contact Catering Company. Contact name of your company. And that's going to serve on the internet, because now on the internet, it's going to have a file called Contact Your Company. Whenever someone searches for your company and they want to contact your company, this image is going to come up. It's going to help with your rankings. So it's going to call it Contact Background, but you should call it your company name contact, or contact your company name. We're going to hit save. You're going to head back here. This is a section, guys. All of this right here is a section. This image is in the background of the section. What we have here is a header element. And in the header element, it's set with all uppercase, or it might be typed in all uppercase. The section has a background image, but it also has a background overlay. So let's just decode all of that. So we have a section here. Pull this back in. We have a section. And this is this section right here, highlighted by purple. And it's called this container. All right. Now we can hit right click, edit container, or right click, edit container. In this container, we have what's called a background image, which is the nice dessert that we see right here. To change this background image, we go to Style, and it says Background Type, Classic, and it has an image. We can go ahead and delete that. Perfect. Or we can just click on this, upload a file, go to our catering website folder, contact background, or company name contact, and there we have an image. We select that image, and there it is. We have just changed the background image of our contact page. Sounds good? Sounds good. Now we're going to have to change the logo right here, because it's important that you guys know we're working for Zelhan. Rather quickly, I'm just going to change the background here. To change the background, you click right here, go to exit. You want to exit to the WP Dashboard, apply, cancel, because we have to save. Let's update. And that's going to ensure, and we hit update, it's going to ensure that we save the changes that we've made. We go to exit, and it's going to take us to WP Dashboard. We're going to go to appearance and customize. There we go. It's going to be in the site identity option right here. We are going to change we can change the site icon. So let's change the site icon. That's going to be that little icon here where we see that blue, that WordPress logo. So we're going to change the site icon as well. We're going to go to upload files, and I'm going to just select the files to upload. So now for the site icon, we are going to use this one from the Zelhan logo. That's perfectly fine. Crop image. And you see it's changed, and publish changes. Perfect. Now we're going to change the logo. It's right here in the header. We can click here to change it. Or, so we don't know how to get here. So we want to change the logo, we don't know how to get there. We can just hover over it, or hover over it, or hover over it. And that three dots we see right here, we click on it. But if we are here and want to go the manual way, no, let's just go the fun and fast way. So we hover over the logo, click on this. It's going to take us to the logo. We are going to go transparent site logo. Let's first select a logo, and it's going to be this one, the white one. Go ahead. The transparent site logo, still a transparent logo we have. It's going to be this white one again, right here. All right. And now it says sticky state. Sticky state is going to be once you're scrolling, that one. We're not going to use black for ours. We're going to use the full colored version, which is nice. All right. And that's beautiful. Logo height, sticky state shrink. Sure, let's see what that looks like. So the logo shrinks in the sticky state. That's good. And it goes 70%, perfectly fine, perfectly fine. Site title, no site title, no site tagline. If we activate the site title, it's going to look very nasty. Look at that. Not very good, not very fun. So we don't need a site title. Perfect. And we publish. And just like that, we have changed the logo. All right, we're going to hit close. We're going to go back to pages, or we can just go to view site, visit site. And from visit site, we hit in the menu contact. There we go. We scroll, and yes, the changes are there. Edit with Elementor. Edit with Elementor. And just like that, we have what we need. All right, so now we're going to change our address. We just click here, click, and we can type in our address. I am going to type just a dummy address, Kingston. So Kingston is the capital of Jamaica, but there's a place called Kingston and its capital is Kingston. I want to type Kingston Parish. That's for it not to look weird. Capital of Kingston in Jamaica, guys, is actually Kingston, and the capital of Jamaica is Kingston. However, we're going to get Kingston Parish, and we are going to type Jamaica. West Indies, because I'm currently in Jamaica. For those of you guys who don't know, at the email section, something beautiful is going to happen. So we're going to go to email, and I'm going to use two different emails. The first I'm going to use is info@zelhan.com. And this is going to be info@yourdomainname.com. And the other is going to be contact@zelhan. The fun thing, however, is that when someone is on your website, you want it such that whenever they click on this area, it's going to automatically open their email app to type an email to send to your company. And the way you do that is by copying the email that you want the email to be sent to, which for us in this case is info@zelhan.com. So we're going to copy this. We're going to paste URL. And the link is going to be mail to mailto : email address and update. Now, whenever you hover over this, it's going to be a link that allows you to mail it to someone else. All right, so see that? And this is not a link. And our opening hours, Monday to Saturday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., Sunday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. We can also go ahead and change. So we have it says online reservation. Let's just change this text right here to book your reservation online today by completing no, let's not say completing the form, by giving us the necessary information. And that's how you're going to go about that. You see, this form right here is called a WP form. You can go ahead and edit, but you can't do too much. This is the name of the form, the reservation form. You can change it to the newsletter form, but that's not the right form for right here. So just change it back to the reservation form. It's already made. It's beautiful. If you want to edit it, we're going to show you how to edit that right away. So to edit this form, you go to update, just to save the changes that you have made. You click right here, go to exit. And then after you've exited, you're going to go to forms, WP forms, all forms from the WordPress dashboard, reservation form, edit. And this is where you can change it. So you might want to have their name go first. So you just click on this field, drag it above, and their phone, choose event. You might want to ask for their email address. If that's the case, you click on email and you drag it right here. All right. Email, choose event, or you might want to relabel this from choose event to booking details. I don't know. So you click on this, and instead of label as choose event, you can type event, booking details, and that's going to be updated. People number, that's going to be 8, the time, the date, your message, and make reservation. And that's how you're going to edit the form. We're going to save the changes so you can see we've changed to add in the email and the booking details. So let's save once more. Let's close. And we're going to go back to pages, all pages. We're just going to view the contact page this time. And just like that, we have the email set up. But as you can see, it brought the layout of our form. So we're just going to go back just to see if we can edit that. So go to Dashboard, WPForms, all forms, reservation form, edit, and see if we can change this to 33%. So CSS class, WPForms 1/3, WPForms first. So they're using CSS to ensure that the form fields fit nicely, as you can see. So what I perhaps need to do is add WPForms 1/3 to the email CSS class as well. And let's see, there's another one here. 1/3 first. All right, let's see how this looks. Close that. If it doesn't work, I'm just going to delete that field from the overall thing because I don't want to try to figure it out. It's going to take too much time on the tutorial. So let's see what happens. So we have the name, email, booking details. All right, so it's not so bad. One thing we can do is we can go ahead and remove the 1/3 from the name field. So the name field stretches the entire area. So let's go back. One more change, guys. Not going to be too long. All forms. And this is how you can go ahead and learn WordPress without too much help. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the WPForms 1/3 CSS from that. Save, close, catering website, visit site, contact page, and that looks about right. So that's all right. We're going to keep that as it is. We have something here. We're going to change this. So we're going to edit Elementor. We're going to put this, we're going to change this into a lead form. So to change this to a lead form, remember we already have a lead form installed. It's going to go right here. We're going to say, never miss, what's the name of your catering company? Catering company special. And we're going to change this text to join our email list to get special discounts and never miss a chance to save on your next meal. All right. Now to add the form, we're going to hit this icon right here. We're going to scroll all the way down to WPForms. Actually, you don't even need to figure it out because the form is already here. So if you go on this form and you hover here and you right click, it's going to say edit WPForms. And that lets you know that the widget is called a WP form. So you just click right here to get all the widgets and you can type WP forms. It's right there. You scroll down, you click and drag where you want it. That's right here. And the form that you're going to use, you can select it there or here. We are going to use the newsletter sign up form. And just like that, we have the form ready. We can go ahead and delete this icon right here. We don't need it. And we don't need this section either. Matter of fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change. Actually, I'm going to let it stay. So this is the form. It does need some editing. Display options, form name and form description. We don't need those. So no and no. We can't do too much change for the color as it is. But what we can do is we can change the background to white and see how that looks. There aren't many options on how to edit your form. So this isn't standing out enough because of the green button and everything. So we're going to change the background color of this section. So we're going to right click anywhere here and the container is going to say style. Let us change the color and we can change it to darker green, or we can change it to a white. All right. And that's how we can go about that. But we're going to keep the darker green for now. There we go. Update. So now we're going to go ahead and select the change the default colors of our website. We're going to click the hamburger icon. That's what this is. Site settings. And we're going to go global colors. This is our primary color, our secondary color, our text and our accent. We can go ahead to right here, colors, color palette generator. We are going to select a color palette that's already here. So save and continue. We are going to go to trending palettes because we don't need to make one. I like this one and I like this one. So I'm going to use a mix of both. So this is going to be the primary color. Click to copy. Contact. This is our primary color. All right. This is going to be our secondary color. I'm going to let that stay. I'm going to add color. Right there. Call it secondary. Number 2. We are going to go back. Just drag it right beside it. And use that. It's going to be secondary. We're going to need an accent color, something that's going to pop with this blue. I am thinking of going with this orange right there. We're going to call this our accent. And we're going to get another shade for our accent 2. Perhaps this one. And we're going to just add it right here. Accent number 2. And we're going to click right here and paste. We don't have secondary 3 saved. Sorry. So I'm going to go back here. Click that. Secondary 2. Secondary 3. That's saved. We are also going to take a look at our background. So we have secondary and text. All right. See what's happening there. Not bad. I think we could use this for a background. So we're going to use this for a background. And save. And let's see if there is anything else here. We perhaps want a nice black. That's green. We need something black. There's one right here. There's one here. I think I'm going to go with this one. I am going to add this to my list of black. And update. The next thing that we're going to quickly change is we're going to change the font. Global fonts. So primary. I'm actually going to let the font stay at Roboto, come to think of it. And let's see what the accent is. Something like Carla. This accent is Roboto. So I'm going to change it from Roboto to Nunito. I'm going to let it stay. The reason I'm going to let it stay is because the less difference you have in your fonts, so the low amount of fonts you use, the faster your website is going to be because it has to load less amounts of fonts at each page load, which is good. So we're going to let it stay at that. And save. All right. Typography. We have all of these things. That's good. A link color. We're just going to use this one for a link color. And the typography for a link is still going to be the default. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that's that. So we've moved away from this green right here. So let's go ahead with the buttons. We're going to use, we don't even have a white for our colors. So let's go back to global colors. I need to add some whites. Need 3 of them. It's going to be 1 white. So we're going to use white. And this is just going to be the brightest white FFF. I'm going to use and I'm going to get a white number 3. And we're going to have to get 2 other blacks as well. So that's 1 white. FFF. All right. Number 3. I think I want a darker white than the one I just grabbed. That's gray. So that's kind of gray, but we're going to use it. And I want another black. That's not fully black. So we need an actual black because we never had black in the sense of 000. Okay. And we need a black number 2. So this is black number 2. All right. I'm going to update that. That is good. Close all of that. Close. And now we're going to update the color. So we're going to go right here. Edit container, background, color palette, primary. And that's how we're going to change that. Edit here. And it should be fun for us to just update all the colors at once. How do we do that? So to update all the colors at once, I'm going to go here, exit, go into the dashboard, go to Blocksy, color options, theme global colors. From there, it's going to bring up the color palette that we use. So for color palette, we are going to change that from this green to this one. Looks good? It's kind of okay. It's not very good. Some things are missing. Some things are still green. And this one looks like, that is not it. How about this one? I like this one, guys. So I'm going to go with that base text. That looks okay. We could also change the colors ourselves like this, guys. So for this one, with the color 3, color 4, going to grab our accent, home, hash. Let's see if we have the dark blue that we want. Do that. 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 Okay, publish. Now, I haven't found a way to change this green right here just yet. I'm thinking we might have to go in and change it ourselves. So you can see the orange font and everything. So what we can do is we can go ahead and cut that. And instead of having the orange font, we can change it to a black. Get started, choose your menu. Okay, that looks good. So we can change this to a nice blue for the headings. Okay. Okay. And yeah, and we can use this to be an actual blue. And publish. So and just like that, we changed to blue. I need to work on this button. So let's go right here, click on that, go to design, and we change the font color. Transparent is white. Hover, white. Sticky state, white. All right, publish. That looks good. So now we're gonna go ahead and edit this section right here. I'm just gonna close. We're gonna go to the home, visit site. We're gonna edit with Elementor the home page. Right here, we're gonna scroll down, edit icon box, style, content, advanced, background, change this to the primary. Or well, we can change it to one of our blues, so the secondary. And it's the same here. Advanced, background, change it to our primary. All right, let's see what happens once we hover. Nothing happens, so we're gonna go to hover. background, change to lighter blue. All right. We're going to hit here, hit icon box, advanced, background, hover, solid, change to not that blue, this blue. And this one, we are going to change it when we hover to this lighter blue. Hover, hover, hover. All right. Now for the landing, we're going to change it to something a little bit more scrumptious. So let's look, maybe Pex Unsplash as something really nice that we could use. Something that presents high quality. Not finding what, this is what I'm looking for. No, but that's mainly dessert. I want something a little bit less sugary and a bit more main course. Could this be it? Nah, this has primary premium, so let's leave that alone. We have a catering website. This should be good. Free download. We're going to go with 1280 because that's the only size we need. Home, background, and that would be company name website if you have whatever the name of your company is. So we go here, right click, edit container, style, background, background. Click on this, upload files, select file, home background. All right, select. All right, that is good. Next thing we need to do is do a background overlay, solid. We're going to use black. All right, we are going to do that. We can also use one of our darker blues, actually. I don't like it. Let's go with black. All right, guys, so this is what we currently have. And I'm not too proud of it. I'll tell you why. If this were for a business, it would be good. The blue would be nice. I don't think that given the color palette that's on the website in terms of the food and variation, I don't think that blue is the best thing or the best color to activate the taste buds, as he would put it, and make the website succulent, engaging the taste buds, and making you salivate for the food. I think blue is a bad color for this website. I'm going to change the blue. I'm going to change from blue to something a little bit more suited. And what I want you to look at is, I'm going to show you what I mean. So if we look at the logos of famous restaurants, you're going to notice a certain color palette that's always being used. All right. So let's go right here. Taco Bell is the outlier, but Dunkin' Donuts, Burger King, To Go's, Taco Time, Polo Loco, AW, Baja Fresh, McDonald's, KFC, Subway, Noodles, Arby's, Noodles and Company, Wendy's, Arby's, Jack in the Box, Carl's Jr., Chick-fil-A, Chipotle, Nandes. Is that Nandes? Domino's has blue, but it has a really strong red with it. DQ. All of these brands are famous restaurants. They have a similar color. Why? The color that is similar, or colors, because it's two of them, it's red and it's orange. And it's a part of what's called color psychology, where different colors emote different emotions. And blue is one that emotes calmness and peace. Not the emotion that you want whenever you're selling food. What you want is an emotion that's a little bit more stronger and overbearing to let them enjoy and salivate over the food a bit more. And that's why we're going to change this color palette from blue, which was my mistake, but it's good. And we're going to change it to something that's a little bit more restaurant favorable or friendly. So I'm going to look at explore trending palettes and see if there's something there that can be used with red and orange or so on. So there's something right here, which is good. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to colors and color palettes. That's palette one. And let's see if there's something. Now that's not good. So I'm going to have to go back to palette one, which is what the default was, but I'm going to change palette one to something that's a little bit more friendly to what we're doing. So the blue is nice. I do love blue, but it's not going to work for what we're doing here. And it's really beautiful if you look at it. It's so nice, but it's not what we're doing. So we're going to use these reds and oranges to get our stuff going. And then after that, we're going to update the colors in Elementor. We're going to learn how to build and edit pages with Elementor, and the tutorial will be over. Because what you're going to realize happen is that you will be able to start with this template, be able to edit it into your liking, or you can add pages and know how to add pages and edit pages and make the page beautiful and functional. So that's what we're going to do. First, we're going to get the colors. So we do have a black right here. Let me just look if there is anything else. I do like these oranges. I like these oranges and I like these reds. So I'm going to go with this red. I'm going to go with something a little bit brighter. Matter of fact, let's go with that for the dark one. No, I know what I'm going to do. So we need a dark red. So I'm going to use this one. And as we update the color, you're going to notice it changes. All right. So that's that. Not as nice as I would like it. So let's try something brighter. This. Yep, that's good. Very vibrant. And we need a lighter red. So I'm going to go all the way here. That's almost orange. This looks good. Or well, this looks good. Let's try that one. Okay, let's see how this looks. All right, so you can see the change right here. All right, changes right there. Not bad. Then we need a darker color. I'm going to use a dark orange for this one. And we don't have a dark orange right here. Let's try this orange. All right. All right, so that's changing all the menu items. Not something I think I want. So let me try this extremely dark red that was here for this one. All right, that's good. That's good. Now we have this right here, color 4. That's going to be our dark orange, which we got right here. And this looks wonderful. All right. So now we have a bit of conflict right here. But what we're going to do is because these colors originate from Elementor, the page builder. Let's just publish these changes. All right. And we're going to get those fixed. Matter of fact, let me try orange for color 2. Okay. That looks good. And then now I can try to use this red in space of the orange. I don't like this too much. It's not bad, but I want something a little bit more vibrant. Let's try this. So I do like the orange that's added right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep. All right. I think this is good, guys. I think this is good. I think this is good. So what we're going to do now is we're going to update the default colors in Elementor. Once we update those default colors, we're going to be able to just learn how to edit pages and everything. So we're going to go to edit with Elementor on any page, really, or we can do it from the dashboard, but it's best to do it from the front end of the website because that's where we're going to be using Elementor most of the time. We're going to click the hamburger icon, we're going to go to site settings, and we're going to go to global colors. And now we're going to update all our colors accordingly. So our primary color is a dark blue. We're going to get a very dark red for this one, which is this one. I believe is nice. I'm going to hit right here on the little box. It's going to update. We're going to you notice that it doesn't have the hash. Ensure that it always has the hash. All right, so that's a primary color. Our accent is good. Now we're going to change our secondary, which is something that is a little bit of a lighter red. So I'm going to go ahead and use this one. I'm going to click right here and paste. And we need a very light red. So let's see if we can find an extremely light red. This is the one that we had from before. We're going to use that right here. And that's almost pink, but it's fine. It gets the job done. Now for our accent, we have that orange. I'm just going to ensure that we're using the same orange across the website. So there's this. Our accent should be this one right here. And then for our accent 2, I'm going to use this for accent 2. It's a little bit lighter. All right. So if you want to highlight our accent, that's good. Our background is a dark blue. We don't need a dark blue for our background. What we're going to use is an extremely dark red. So maybe, just maybe, I need to use something from the other end of the spectrum. Let's try this one. Okay, that sounds good. That looks good. And we have our blacks and whites and everything. We're going to go ahead and update. All right, now let's go back to our home page, back to editor, and let's see the changes that have occurred because we've updated our colors. And just like that, our colors have been updated. Now we're seeing something that we don't like. We have a really bright red here, and we have a dark red here and a lighter red here. Once we hover over them, we'll see what happens. So that goes to the same dark red that's beside it. And this is almost pink. And this is the dark red again. So it's not so bad. It's just this part that I don't like. So I'm going to edit icon box and I'm going to change it. Advanced, background, hover. Secondary 2 is going to change from all the way over there for pink to some brighter red right here. And I need it to be a little bit brighter, so I'm going to drag it all the way up over here. I was going to add some white to it, make it lighter. There's that. And there we go. Sounds good. Oh, well, it looks good. A lot of things sounds good to me, yeah? All right, now, so we've updated our colors. We have our menu and everything, all right? What we need to do right now is we just need to learn how to edit our page. So we're just going to look at it for a bit. What we have right here is beautiful. Now, let's say that you want to change delicious food for any event to your company name, Catering Services. Let's say your company name is Zelhan Catering Services. We're just going to click on what we want to change. And this is how you use Elementor, by the way, guys. You click on the element, it appears here, and Zelhan, right? Let me just, Zelhan Catering for any event. All right. Lorem ipsum, that's a dummy text. You can go ahead and update this to anything that you want. You could say, we help, we deliver, no, we prepare and deliver the tastiest food made from select premium ingredients sourced globally for your event. And you can put a call to action and click to get started. I hope you guys don't hear the bike in the background. Actually, not going to put this on a new line. But what I'm going to do is click get started. We need to tell them what to do. Click get started to order now. All right. And this is get started. This is learn more. Beautiful. I like where this is going. Now, what I like for us to look at is just that that's how we would edit an element. And this is an element that's on the front of the website. That's something that we can touch. But what's behind this element is a background, picture, and a background overlay. Wherever you hover your mouse, you're going to notice a purple outline. And this outline is right here above, around this entire box. To find the settings of this box and edit it, you right click and edit container. And everything that has to do with this box, everything that you see right here, minus the menu because the menu is separate, is going to be editable in this box. So you can edit this container by changing the background. That's what we're going to do. We're going to go to Style, choose Image. I am going to look for something a little bit more scrumptious, delectable. I think this is what was there. Let's move me out of the way. I don't need to be that big because I'm not the one that's the focus of this tutorial. And there we go. Zelhan Catering for any event. And I love what I'm seeing here. It's a little bit dark. We can't see the food as much as we would like. And that means that we're emphasizing the text. The reason why is because there's a background overlay. So we're going to go right here. And remember that everything that has to do with this container is in this container. So we right click, edit container, backgrounds, go to Style, background overlay, and notice it has a dark overlay. And let's change the opacity from 57%. So the farther to the left you go, the lower the number, the lighter it is, and the farther to the right or the higher the number or percentage, the darker it's going to be until you can't see anything at 100% opacity or 1. So we're going to increase the transparency or reduce the opacity all the way to the right, and we don't need anything. I believe this is what we actually started with. This is good. I'm going to need to make the text a little bit easier to read from the background. So we're going to go back to the opacity and we're going to turn it up just a bit. And 52 is a bit much. Let's try 30. All right, that's 29%, not too much difference. And that is good. And that is how we're going to go about editing our website wherever we are. Now, the thing that I want you guys to notice is that these are all beautiful pictures. How do they get these pictures? Well, we're going to click. We're going to hover over the item. Notice there's a purple box highlighted. We're going to right click, edit image box. So if you want to make this again, we know we need to start with an image box. To get an image box, we're going to go right here and we're going to search widgets and we're going to type image box. We got the image box. We drag it, drop it. To choose an image, you click. To change the heading, you highlight, change heading. I don't use this keyboard very often, guys. And these are the dummy text. You can update it if you like. And you can change the heading, the image. I want you to look at what they have here. So we notice that they have this right here with a meatball and pasta. What we're going to do is we're going to find this picture to find out how they made this image. And this is how you can edit the template for your liking. So we're going to click right here and we're going to look for the meatball and pasta picture. It must be here somewhere. So it's not right inside. So it's load more. And here it is. Click on this image and you're going to notice that it doesn't have a dark menu. It doesn't have a transparent background. What it has is a white background with a shadow on it. So whenever you take product pictures or pictures of your food, you're going to want to edit them in this way. The same dimensions, 437 by 527 pixels with a white background, and you can add a shadow. And this is where graphics designer comes in. All available from our team at Zelhan, by the way. So you go ahead and you select this, and that's what we have. We have fish and meat, which is pasta delight. And we have some text. Now the size of the image is not working. What I'm going to do is I'm going to update. I am going to duplicate this section. All right. I am going to delete this from here just to ensure that if given the space, it works. And I'm going to look right here and notice that pasta delight is a little bit too heavy. Let me just delete it from there since we don't need it. The image is a little bit small. So how do we get an image to be this size? Then again, you go right here, right click, edit image box. You notice that there's nothing here for images. So you go to style, you go to image, and it says width is 95%. All right, sounds good. So what you can do to fast forward all of this is you can right click, copy and you can paste style. But before we paste style, let's just go back and see if we can make it. So it says image 95% width. So let's go edit image box, style, image, and the width is 30% on this one. So let's change it to 95%. And there we go, same size, same beauty. Now, because there's a lot of text right here, it's gonna go to a new line. Fine, that's fine. Now it says here that we can get menu. How do we change this button? Well, yet again, it's a button we want to edit. So we hover over the button, right click, edit button. And that's all there is. Instead of say get menu, we can say order now. Order now. And in order to add it to our order, we're going to have to go to the contact page, because remember, the contact page has our order form. All right, online reservation. Let's see where this button takes us. It takes us back to the contact page, mind you. So what we're going to do is we're going to say go to the contact page. Contact looks good. And we update. We go right here. And if we click add to order, it's going to take us to the contact page. There we go. Now, the idea that I want you guys to understand is that this is how you're going to go about editing your website wherever you are. Now, we don't need pass to the light because that was just an example. All right. It's the same thing with this area right here. What is happening here? Well, there's a section. And once you hover, you notice that there's a purple right here and the section is outlined. And that means that whatever is here is something different. To edit here, you just right click, edit container. Looks good. However, if you want to edit what's happening inside of it, you have to hover over what you want to edit. Remember, it's WYSIWYG. What you see is what you get. So you're going to right click, edit heading, and you can edit your heading. You can change the style. Typography is a lot like Microsoft Word. You change the font family, the size, the weight, the transformation from uppercase to lowercase, etc., etc. And this is something that we don't know what it is. So we hover over it, right click. Oh, it's a container within a container. Okay, fine. So if this is a container, then we can edit the container. How do we change this picture? All right, let's go to style and oh, look, there's a background image and there is no background overlay. Oh yes, there is. So let's change that to see what it does. And there's a black background overlay, but it was set at 20%. Let's put it back to 20%. And that's just how you go about editing your website. Now, let's say that you want to add a page to your website. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to add a page. So you're going to update to ensure that you save your changes. You hit the hamburger icon, you go to exit, you go to pages, add new. You're going to call it sample page or test page. Okay, we're going to publish. Once it's published, you're going to edit with Elementor. Edit with Elementor means that you can do for your page now what you can use Elementor to build your page, much like the other pages are built. So the first thing that we need is a container. The thing that I want you guys to know is that Elementor is not hard to use, but it's going to take some time for you to get used to it. So you might watch this tutorial and you're like, okay, so I'm kind of getting it. Watch another tutorial. On our on our YouTube channel, mind you, there are tutorials on how to use Elementor. For example, the container, and it will be linked in the description below. So you go ahead and you watch that tutorial and you follow that tutorial. So we're going to go ahead and use a container, and it's going to be direction of the column is top down. We are going to change the minimum height. But before we change, I want to see what we're working with. All right. So we're going to go to style, background. I'm going to add a background just to ensure that we can see what's happening. We are going to use, oh no, let's try this one for all of us, those of us who love meat. All right. Go to the layout because we're not seeing it enough. We're going to change the min height, and it says viewport height. That's what I'm going to use. I'm going to use 50% viewport height. And viewport height means that whatever device you're using is going to take up 50% of the screen. But we need this to be a transparent header, all right? And that's not happening here, so we can't even see the menu. So what we're going to do is, and we also notice that the pictures are repeated, and this is like a grid. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back here, and we're going to update. And in order to make this a transparent header, we're going to click right here, settings, page layout. We're going to change it to Elementor full width. And you notice the menu is there. All right. And that's good. So we update. The next thing that we also need to realize is that, look, we can see the menu is a little bit too light. So we need to add a dark overlay or background overlay. And that's what the other pages had. They all had a dark background or a dark background overlay. So we're going to add that so we can see the menu. And we're going to remove the repeating grid style that we see on this, or style, I believe, that we see on the background image. So to do that, we still have to go back, right click on the section we want to edit, edit container. We want to add a background overlay. How do we do that? We go to style, background overlay, select a color, go to style, background overlay, select a color. And the color we're going to use is yet again black, right? And we're going to increase the darkness, okay? And that's good. Now we're going to edit the background picture because it's repeating. How do we do that? We still at style, we're going to go to background, the image, and this is what we're going to look at. It says repeat. We don't know if that's what's going to work. So let's say no repeat. Oh, that actually works. But if you look at it, it's only at one part of the background. Not good. So we're going to go back and we're going to say display size auto. That doesn't work. We're going to try a cover and that kind of works. Okay. And this is how you're going to learn by trial. And it is by doing this, you're going to get good. So what I know is going to work is that I'm going to use cover and I'm going to change the position to center center. All right. Now, I don't like how this image looks right now. So I'm going to change the background overlay to 45% and I'm going to change the background to something that could work a lot better. Something with a dark background maybe. So let's try this one as a dark background. And that's beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. So now what I want you guys to notice is that this is our header. All right. This is our menu within the header. This is our background. We can go ahead and add some text. And to add a text, like we say, we click the widgets here. We're going to look for the header. All right. Drag and drop. Ooh, what you see is what you get. Highlight header. And we can go ahead and add some supporting text to the bottom of the header. Drag and drop text editor. I'm going to do is I'm going to edit the header. No, I'm going to edit the container so that there's a lot of space in the container. So we edit container, right click, edit container, advanced. We're going to add some padding. Padding is space within the container. So we're going to add 80 at the top, or actually let's add 120 at the top, and we're going to add 80 at the bottom. I need more space, so I'm going to change the viewport height to 65. 60 looks good. Now we go back to our widgets, text editor, and now we can add it in. And the reason why we couldn't add it before is because it was in the menu. So that's one way we can go about it. But let's say that we want to build fast. We already have something that's working. What do I mean? Well, if you go to the contact page, it's already nice to build with everything that we need. So what if we could move this section from here to our new test page? Let's try that. So I'm going to go ahead and right click and delete. I'm going to go to the contact page, edit with Elementor. And what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to go to the container with the header. Once I click the first container over here at Navigator, and if you guys don't have the Navigator, just go to the menu, and this right here, you click it, and it activates or deactivates. So I'm going to click, I'm going to copy, and I am going back to our test page, and right here, this blank section, I'm going to right click, and I'm going to paste. And there we go. Now, the only thing we need to do is change the background, edit container, style, image. Let's try this one. No, I don't think that's going to look good. Let's try that one. It's okay. Let's change it from contact us to sample page or test page. Okay. We have something we don't know what it is. We right click, edit shortcode, and it says Blocksy breadcrumbs. Ooh, so that's something from Blocksy. So we don't need to move that. It's going to work by itself. And that is perfectly fine. And this is how we're going to go about it. Now, to use AI to generate text, you're going to just go ahead and hit the widget icon, drag the text editor, supporting, and you're going to write with AI. All right. You have to connect your Elementor account. I'm going to go ahead and connect mine. Once you're connected, you're going to approve and get started. Approve the terms of service and get started. Let's say what we want to do: write an intro for a restaurant, a catering business is website order page that makes readers. The more prompt you give it, the better it's going to be. Makes website visitors want to order their delicious food. We're going to generate some text. Welcome to our catering business online order page. We know you find the food perfect for your event or crucial, and our team of experienced chefs finest ingredients, whether you're planning. And this is beautiful, so beautiful. I am going to go ahead and copy all of this, Control C, or you can just right click copy. You can make it shorter, and that's good. And that's basically it, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and paste this. I'm going to use text. The text is a little bit dark. We can't see it. So we're going to change the style, change the color. So we'll go to style, text color, and all the way to white. And this is a bit much for right here, but this can use on the rest of, it can be used on the rest of the website. Go ahead and hit that. It's like Microsoft Word, like we said. So we're going to center it. The text is a little bit small right here. So we're going to go to typography. We're going to change the size, just grow. And that's a bit much. And that's that. Now we can go ahead and add another section, flow of data. We can get a widget, drop the text, more about us, get another text editor to be supporting text. And this is where we can add the data that we just got. And that's how you go about it. There will be links in the description below, and there are playlists on our YouTube page about how to use Elementor. That's what it's going to be today, guys, for building this website. The next thing that we need to do is we need to edit our menus and so on. Let's just go ahead and quickly do that. To do that, we're going to go ahead and just go back to the dashboard, and I'll show you how to edit the menu. To edit the menu, you're going to go to Appearance, Menus. Nope, that's widgets I clicked on. I don't need widgets. I need Appearance, Menus. This is the primary menu, main menu name. So we're going to go ahead and click Add to Menu, Test Page, and we're going to save menu. You're going to see that in the main menu now. Visit site, test page. We click on that, and this is what we just made. We don't need it, but it's going to be there. Another way that you can do this is you can go to Customize. And remember what I said, if you want to figure out how to edit something, you hover over what you need to edit, and you click this little blue icon here. And it's going to bring up whatever is needed. What are the options for editing this menu item or this item? All right. And that's just how it works. If you want to change the content, you change general. If you want to change the look, you change in design. And that's all it is, guys. It's the same thing with the footer. You can go ahead and edit, and you see all of this information. You can go ahead and edit. You can change whatever it is that you want. We can go ahead and WordPress theme by Creative Themes, designed by Zelhan. And this is how we can go about building a website for our business rather quickly. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing a lot more tutorials in the future. I think one of the things that we need to get done is how do you get the website ready for visitors? And that means you're going to add plugins for website speed, add it to Google, do some SEO, more website security. You're going to do backups. I'm going to do a separate video with that because it's going to be the same process over and over for every website. And we're going to link that in the description below. So when you're finished with this website and you want to get it up and ready for visitors, just go ahead and look in the description, and there's going to be a video linked in the description on how to do that. Thank you guys for today. It's been wonderful. We are going to continue building websites rather quickly. You have a lot of work to do in editing your services, your menu, your about and blog page. And it's not as hard as it seems. Just a little playing around and you can get it. If you have any questions, feel free to comment, hit like and subscribe to know when we post future videos, and always looking to help you. Take care.